Music's getting carried away. Okay, let's get started. Welcome everybody, welcome to our Own Your Life event. Today is Wednesday the 9th of August, so we're already into the second half of this year. It's absolutely flying by and we've had a really awesome year here at the CEO Mummy Movement. So I'm really excited to host our Own Your Life event because ain't that the truth? We don't want to be a slave to our jobs, a slave to our mortgages anymore. We all want to be having way more fun in life and we want to have all the things that we have dreamed of other than just working and taking care of everybody else, and that's what today's all about. We get to do this with some of our best friends, so a beautiful community of people, which is something that I truly love. And my name is Michelle. I've been with the Juice Plus company for 14 months now and it's completely changed my life and my family's life, but I'll tell you all about that a little bit later on. But today is all about us sharing what we've been up to, but also seeing if this could be a fit for you as well. And first up, I'm going to find Danny, and Danny's going to tell you all about our Juicy products and our Juicy program. Thanks heaps, Danny.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming along today, and I love that I get to share our amazing program and products with you all. So myself and my family, we've now been on Juice Plus coming 12 months. So I started just after I had my third child, Matilda, and I was introduced to the product, which definitely came at the right time when I was juggling two very energetic little boys and minimal sleep with a newborn. And trying to get on, day-to-day life and duties of being a mum. So when I learned about the product, it definitely completely made sense to me, and I'd always had a passion for nutrition and health, and I knew the importance of having fruits and vegetables, but getting them into our daily diet, the required amount, some days were a struggle. So I knew the importance, and it was very important for me as a mum to be as healthy as I possibly could be for my children, and as well as being a breastfeeding mum as well, to keep up my nutrition levels for my newborn. So I knew that I really needed something to bridge that gap and ensure that I was getting the nutrition that I needed. And this was the perfect way to get that optimal amounts of fruits and veggies into my diet, especially on those days where I wasn't always. And one of the biggest things for me, like I said, was that it was safe for pregnancy and breastfeeding because it was simple. It was fruits, veggies and berries. So within 2 weeks of taking it, I had more energy. I wasn't feeling like I was walking around with that foggy brain all the time and needing a nana nap. And I felt, like I said, I felt clearer. My kids' immune systems have just improved so much this year. This time last year we were constantly at the doctors with one thing after the other, and I can say that this year we haven't been to the doctors at all, which has just been fantastic. And we're now coming out of, it's going to start coming out of winter, so it's just been magnificent that we haven't had to deal with those colds and flus. So another thing was my child had always suffered from tonsillitis, and we were getting ready to get those tonsils out, and after being on Juice Plus, his tonsils have improved, which is really fantastic. So aside from the health benefits that we've seen, also the nutritional benefits from these products, they have been amazing to add to our daily routine. And now most of us try to eat well and we try to live a healthy lifestyle, but it can be hard to get that variety we require for our bodies to function at their best. Now, the government does state we should be having at least 2 to 5 serves of fruits and veggies daily, but the reality is that less than 2% of Aussie families are getting this, which means even our children are not getting this. And the actual recommended serving that science is now saying is that we should be getting 9 to 12 serves of fruit and veg into our diet. And I definitely know that as much as I could try, I definitely couldn't be getting that variety into our diets every day. So to have something in our lives that we could add to our routine and that was easy to bridge that gap in what we do eat and what we don't. And face it, even on our good days, we aren't getting that rainbow of variety into our bodies. And, you know, if we take responsibility, not only what's going into our bodies, but also our children's, and we can really make an impact in this world. And in regards to our health and our next generation, which I'll talk a bit more about shortly, and how our company is making such a massive impact in helping children receive great nutrition. So first, what is Juice Plus? Well, it's fruits, veggies, and berries. And these are blended these are 27 different varieties of fruits, veggies, and berries, and they're blended into a vegan capsule. Now, they are picked at optimal ripeness, which means it gives you the variety of color and nutrition your body craves every day to work at its peak. Now, it bridges the gap and it decreases the inflammation that can cause disease and illness. So our product, which I love, is backed by science with over 37 peer-reviewed gold standard studies. And, you know, that's really unheard of in the health industry. So like I said before, it's safe for everyone. It's safe for pregnancy, breastfeeding mums, kids, even athletes who are drug tested. Because it's simply fruits, veggies, and berries, and it actually has a food label, and it doesn't have numbers. So when I first saw it, I could understand what I was taking. So about family. Our company is a company with heart, and we have a worldwide children's study now with over 1 million children who have participated in this study. And what that means is that if you have a child between the ages of 4 and 18, you can sponsor them with free products. So the older children can receive the capsules, and for the little ones, we have our chews, our chewables, and it's exactly the same. We've got our fruits and our veggies, and it's exactly the same what goes into our capsules. It's just in a chewy form, so it's easier for them to eat. So there has been some awesome feedback that now has come back from the parents who have kids in this study, and it's showing that they have a stronger immune system, so less days off kindy and school. And like I said, this has been the biggest change for my family this year. Their kids are pooping better, so their little digestive systems are working really well from that young age, which is so important. And kids are sleeping better, they're eating more fruits and vegetables, drinking more water, because we know like attracts like. So whatever we're putting into our bodies is going to be the level of nutrition that our bodies are going to crave. And, you know, kids are even coming off or having less medication, and the list just goes on from the amazing feedback from these parents. So moving on top of our micronutrition, we have our macronutrition. So we have our French vanilla and our Dutch chocolate complete powders, and they're all plant-based, so it's a vegan protein, and it's got tons of superfood in there. Now, unlike your whey protein powders and your meal replacements on the market, a lot of those have been heat treated and are actually really toxic for our bodies, with also next to no level of nutrition, which is quite difficult for our bodies to absorb and digest. So our completes are really made up of really incredible ingredients, things like alfalfa sprouts, broccoli sprouts, spirulina powder, yucca powder, there's mushroom powder, there's a fiber blend. So I know that myself and my kids are definitely getting all of those amazing ingredients every single day. And, you know, they certainly don't go and eat broccoli sprouts or yucca powder each and every day. So now I see these I use best for, like in my day, is when in the morning when I'm rushing around with the kids, I can add these into a smoothie and have them on the go when we're rushing around. Or instead of that, afternoon snack where you're probably picking for something to get you through till dinner time, whiz one of them up and have it, and it'll keep you going. They're really, really fantastic. So on top of our products, we also have our amazing Juicy Body Transformation Program. I'm just getting it, sorry. That was written by Kira Westwick. who was in top 10 in MasterChef in 2014. So as you can imagine, the recipes are not only healthy, but they are so delicious and they're easy. And what I love about the program, it's just not a fad or a diet. It's really a long-term lifestyle change, and it's all about sustaining that lifestyle change. And, you know, who's tried diets? And, you know, there's millions of diets out there, and a lot of them just really don't work for the long term, and you go back to your old ways. So we really meet families where they're at, and it's completely family friendly. So there's no more making a different dish to suit everyone. And I know that's the last thing I want to be doing, trying to feed 5 mouths at night. So now, if you're on the event or you're watching the recording back, you probably know someone that, you know, is suffering from their health, whether it's digestive issues, fertility issues, skin conditions, there's allergies, cancer, diabetes, asthma, depression or anxiety. And, you know, we are seeing such an increase in these diseases and illnesses because we're living in a world where we are overfed and we're undernourished, and we have a whole food deficiency, and people are picking quick and easy options and are eating a lot of food-like products without any nutritional value. So hopefully this has all made sense to you. I do honestly believe that this product and our program will take your health to the next level. So I might stop talking now and let you hear from some more real people and their real stories. And thank you, everyone. And I'll hand over to the lovely Vicky. Thank you.
Hi, beautiful people. Happy Wednesday. It's great to see so many of you on here. So like Danny said, my name's Vicky. I'm 36. I work in local government in human resources. I have 3 beautiful boys who are 12, 10 and 15 months. I was introduced to the product by Michelle. I came across the Mummies on a Mission ad on Facebook. Wasn't really looking for anything in particular, so I guess fate got me to this point. Something sparked my interest. I talked to her a couple of times, wasn't overly sold on it. I thought, oh God, that sounds too good to be true. Like, it must be a whole heap of BS. But eventually, like, my skepticism disappeared, and I ended up saying yes, because I thought, well, what if it's not, and what if it could really help me? Because at the time, I was on the verge of having to return to work after having Bub. I was anxious about that. I still was carrying a fair bit of baby weight that I thought I should have lost by then. And experiencing some financial difficulties associated with staying home with Bub, those sorts of things. But the hardest part for me was that I could feel myself slipping back into depression. So a little bit about me. I've never really been one to look after myself at all, or my health. I've suffered with depression, bipolar disorder and anxiety for most of my life, since I was around about 15 or 16. So I've tried all sorts, been prescribed all sorts of heavy medications, so antidepressants, mood stabilizers, you name it, antipsychotics, I've been on it. So for me, I guess that's what tipped me into giving Juice Plus a go, was just, well, maybe what happens if I don't have to fill my body full of manufactured chemical crap, and I could actually have something that's made out of whole foods that could make me feel better. So I guess, you know, the medications that I was taking, for me, that's what scared me. I was frightened that I had to go back to taking them, because I knew that by taking them, I would revert back to being what I like to call a robot. Like, I guess the best way I can explain it is that I didn't really feel anything. There was no happy, there was no sad, there was no, there was no anything. There's no laughing, there's no crying, there's just, I guess, melancholy Vicky cruising through, not really getting any enjoyment out of life at all. So, I ended up not having to do that, and I haven't had to take medication again. And although I'm crying, I'm a crier. I am sad sometimes, and I'm really happy sometimes. So now, I instead of being, sad and upset for 28 days out of a month and only happy for 2, I feel good for 28 days out of a month, and I'm maybe sad for 2, and I can pull myself out of it because I know that life is good and I've got a lot to offer, and I've met some wonderful people with this amazing opportunity, and I'm just forever grateful. I really am.
Thank you so much, Vicky. Thanks. That was absolutely beautiful. Love being on this journey with you, that's for sure. So I'm going to switch it up now and talk to you. It's really hard to follow on from that. It's so emotional, but I'm going to switch it up now and talk to you about our business opportunity. And it's not just a business. There's just so much more to it. There's so much personal development and so much personal growth, and as Vicky said, all the people that you meet along the way. But when I first started this business, I was really skeptical myself. I also doubted my ability to really have success in this business, because I thought, I'd labelled myself, not a business-minded type of person, and definitely not a salesperson. I thought that I would have to know a lot of people, that I'd need to be an expert. I thought, that I would need a lot of time to do this. I also thought I'd have to be one of those crazy salespeople that's doing party plans and just running around trying to sign up all my friends, which is technically scaring them off, really. But luckily for us, that it's not like that at all. When we don't have to be those people. But we do have a couple of misconceptions in our business. So I'm going to find the lovely Stacey, who's going to shed some light on that for you. Thanks heaps, Stace.
Thanks, Michelle. Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for coming today. My name's Stacey, and I've been with the Juice Plus company for 9 months now, and it's absolutely changed my life. I have worked 16 years prior to this in corporate finance, which is pretty much one of the most traditional jobs you could ever do. Done management and portfolio management, and I was one of those mums when my 2 beautiful daughters came into this world, had to go back to work full-time and put them into full-time daycare, and it was absolutely soul-destroying for me to have to do that. When I came across this business not even 12 months ago, my youngest had just gone to school. I was working part-time at the time and knew that I needed to earn some more money, but the thought of having to go back to full-time work, trading time for money, and having my children in after-school care or vacation care programs all the time just did not sit well with me. And I really knew there had to definitely be a better way, to own my life and to really start realizing the dreams that I wanted for myself and my family. So I'm so excited to share these couple of things with you today, because our business is different from traditional businesses. And it's those differences, I think, that make it really exciting. So what I'm going to show you, first of all, is, so this is what we would normally say a traditional sort of business is like. You have your CEO up the top, and for me, working in a bank, banks always have a CEO, and they're the ones that earn all the big dollars. And then most people would come on at an entry-level position. So for me in a bank, it was a teller. And then there were a few, you know, management, regional management, sort of executive positions as you go up the ladder. I was able to start to do that, but the problem was that I was spending more time at work and less time with my family, and it certainly wasn't rewarding me for the sacrifices that I had to make. Not only that, there's limited positions. So there's limited positions at the bottom. There's also limited positions the further you go up to the top, and not many people can say that they would ever reach that pinnacle position in a traditional business of a CEO. I found that I was having to fight my friends for jobs, and some of my friends even in that industry were having to leave our company and go to other companies to offer them the sort of job that they were wanting. Our business, on the other hand, is shaped a bit more like this. Everyone comes in at the same level as a virtual franchisee, and there are unlimited positions. So there is no limit to the amount of people we can take into this business. Anyone can start this business. Like traditional business, there are obviously promotional levels that you can achieve, but the big difference, and this is where it gets exciting, is that our pinnacle position of national marketing director, like all of our promotional levels, there is no limit to the amount of people that can obtain that position. So unlike a traditional business where you're fighting people to get your promotions and to get ahead, in this business we have to raise each other up, and it's in our team's success and in each other's success that we have success. So not only is it great that there's so many opportunities for people to obtain these positions, it's such a beautiful place to be in, to be able to raise each other up to get there. One of the other misconceptions of our business is that you need to know a lot of people. And I know that definitely did concern me. I thought, oh, how am I going to be able to do this, you know, with, you know, the amount of friends that I've got? But that's definitely not the case. We are not those people that go and chase down our friends and our family to try and get them to come to parties and all that sort of thing. We're more in what we like to say a shares business. So like when you go to a nice restaurant, you would say, oh, I went to this restaurant the other day and had this awesome meal. You might take a photo on Instagram and pop it up on social media and say, go and check out this restaurant. They've got great food. Or if there's someone at the coffee shop down the road that makes a really nice coffee every single day, you would say to your friend, oh, where do you get your coffee from? You should try that place because that girl does the best coffee in town. That's definitely what we're about, is sharing our journey and what we're excited about with our program and also our business. So for me, when I came into our business, it was just me, little Stacey, sharing what I was excited about. And then I shared the business initially with one person, and that was Tracy. And at the time, Tracy was the only person I knew to share the business with. As time went on, she shared with Sarah, and then Sarah shared with Emily. Now, I didn't know these two girls when I started the business, and Tracy certainly didn't know Emily, but as you can see, it was starting to grow reasonably quickly. Now, over time, I've obviously introduced more people to our business. So I've got Taylor and Nat and Brooke, and then Tracy's introduced more people to the business. So Sarah, and then these people are introducing more people to the business. Now, I didn't know all of those people, but I certainly do know them now, which is awesome. But I didn't need to know them to get started either, which is great. So hope that's cleared a couple of things up for you today, guys. And I'm going to actually hand over to another lovely lady who's going to share how this business has changed her life, and that is Sophia.
Thank you, Stacey. I love how you explain that. It's wonderful, absolutely wonderful and clear. Thank you for having me. I came into the business about 16 months ago. I'd been in management, sales and marketing most of my life, making millions of dollars for other people and really feeling, you know, at the end of it, businesses closed down and you were left with nothing. I cared for my mum after that. In January 2016 she passed, so I cared for her all of 2015, and I didn't want to go back to the rat race. I saw the business and the products and thought it was a no-brainer. Said yes to everything straight away. It's been the best decision of my life. It's the products saved my life, but the business has saved my soul, and I now get up every day with purpose. I feel that I'm making a difference in the world. You get to meet the most incredible women, as you all are online. We can operate this business in 30 countries worldwide, and it's just incredible. You can be anywhere, you can travel the world, and you can still operate your business. I see a future now. I see a legacy for my son, which is so important to me. I get to be at home and be the best mum I can be for him as well, in between school drop-off and pick-up. And each week I get to meet incredible women and men all over the world, all on the same mission. Even though it's our own business, we get to link arms and make a difference. So the monetary side of it just comes organically, because you are helping people, and it's something that I can be comfortable looking at for my future and my son's future. I couldn't be happier. Thank you, Michelle.
Thanks so much, Sophia. That was awesome. Love doing business with all of you beautiful, beautiful ladies. Now I am going to share with you how we get paid. And what we get paid is really just a direct reflection of all of the people that we're helping. And as Stacey shared, we really are in a recommending and sharing business. So the first way that we get paid is through retail commission. And this is what we get when we join our customer to the Juicy Body Transformation Program. We connect the customer straight to the Juice Plus company. We don't have to hold any stock. We do not have to ship any stock, which is awesome. Now, the second way that we get paid is through residual income. Now, residual income has also been coined the term beach money, because ultimately, you want to be on the beach or doing something else that you love, and you're still getting paid, because you're getting paid on the success of your team's businesses. Now, the third way that we get paid is through bonuses. The company love to reward us with bonuses, which we're all very happy about. And it's now money, it's fun money. We have a rule in our team that when you earn a bonus, you need to spend at least some of it, if not all of it, on yourself. And I know that a lot of us mummies, us mums or parents even, we just don't get the opportunity to do that, do anything nice for ourselves. And I was certainly in that position when I first joined this business. And like I said, it's been 14 months now, and I just can't believe how much it's changed our lives in such really a short space of time. Because before this business, my husband and I, we had been struggling financially for so many years. We couldn't see our way out of it. We had moved 3.5 years ago, we moved away from our home, from our family, for my husband's work, to try and get ahead. We were still not getting ahead. We were still barely struggling to even stay afloat. So when I came across this opportunity, I honestly thought, well, I've got nothing to lose. We had nothing to lose, possibly everything to gain. And in this short amount of time, we have been able to, one, move back to our home, back to our family, only two short months ago. And we also get to plan holidays. We get to say yes to more. We get to actually enjoy our lives and really feel like we're living our lives rather than just existing and treading water. So I'm not sure if any of that resonates with you, but that's my story and how I came across this. It obviously has changed the health of our family as well, so it's a bit of a win-win. And I believe that to be truly healthy, you need to be healthy financially as well, because your financial stress, if you have that in your life, will cause stress in all areas of your life, in your relationships, in your family, and just your overall health and well-being. So have the courage to ask what if today. you just don't know where your life could be in a month, in a year, or even 5 years from now. But I can tell you that if nothing changes today, well, then nothing is going to change. So I want to thank you so much for joining us. We get to be a part of this incredible community of people. We're all on the same mission. We're all like-minded, and we all just help and support each other and raise each other up. So it's completely unlike anything I've ever experienced, and possibly yourself as well. So if you're a little bit curious, if you have some questions, just reach out to the person who invited you here. Get those questions answered, because we would really, really love to see you on our journey, on our mission. Thanks so much for joining us. And before I forget, today is our last Wednesday midday event. We're going to be moving to a new time, Tuesday nights at 7:30 p.m. And I know that that's going to suit a lot more people if people are working, or also people who can jump on. So we would really love to have you on, and that's going to be starting next week.